Well, I am back from my holiday in Whitby, and I can tell you that it was a really good holiday. I really enjoyed it. It was just fun going on holiday in England again, and I really had forgotten like how amazing the English countryside can look. So we travelled quite a few places by car, and you're just looking out of your window all the time, and you can see all of these like sort of like patchwork fields, and it is really beautiful, like very gentle sort of rolling hills, um, and they're just covered with grass or fields and trees, and it just looks exactly like England, really. There's nowhere else that I've been where I've seen that kind of scenery. And I remember just staring out the window of the car at all of this, and just thinking, yeah, I've missed this. I've missed seeing all of this. And to be honest, it really felt like home to me, being surrounded by all of this once again. Anyway, I'll tell you a bit more about the trip. It was only a short one, about 3 days, and on the first place we stopped. Hang on. The destination, as you know, was Whitby, which is quite a distance away from Birmingham. I think in total, I don't know, maybe about 3 hours or something. But to break the journey up, we decided to stop in a place called Thirsk on the way there. And the plan was to stop in Thirsk for a night and, just break up the journey, break up the driving. Now, I'd never heard of Thirsk before, the town called Thirsk. I don't think any of us really had. It probably isn't a popular tourist place, but they did have like a tourist information centre, so who knows? Maybe it is. When we got there, I would say it was a really nice place, actually. It was a very, very traditional English town with a market square. It had some very nice old buildings. That's probably about all I can say, to be honest. That's it. I think, unless there's some bit of it I didn't really see, I think you describe it by saying it's a very nice English town with a market square and some nice old buildings. It's small, quaint, pleasant. I think there were one or two parks there. We went for a walk around one of the parks in the morning just before we left. And on the evening prior to that, we went for a walk around the town. And it was a quick walk because it's a small town. But yeah, it was a really nice place. We all liked it. Just a nice small place, I guess. I know we didn't go in the tourist centre, unfortunately. It would have been nice to have gone in the tourist centre and to see like different places that you could visit, or what do people do when they come here. Maybe there's some nice walks to go on in a nearby area or something like that. I don't know. The pub itself was fine, just typical Weatherspoons with a hotel. So stayed there, had breakfast there. What did I have for breakfast? A full English breakfast. I think I had a lot of full English breakfasts. Normally, I would not eat so many, but because I was back in England, I can't eat a full English breakfast in Japan. I was making sure to eat as many as I could. Anyway, the next day we arrived in Whitby, and we arrived. Whitby is like the way the sort of layout of the area is quite interesting. So you've got like this high hill on one side, and on the other side is very high hill as well. And then in the middle there's like a sort of valley, like a channel, and that's where all the town seems to be. So we arrived on this sort of very high hill. So we were looking down into Whitby, and the scenery was amazing. It was like exactly as we had pictured the place. It just looked fantastic. You could see the ocean on one side. You could see all these hills. You could see this cliff edge and a beach, and then you could see the town down below you. And it really did look nice. And I think we were all thinking, yeah, this is exactly what we imagined. This is great. And the place we were staying was this big old house that had been converted into accommodation. And this was on top of this hill. And it was near an abbey, which is like a sort of church. I'm not sure what the difference is between an abbey and a church, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, this one had seen better days. So it was really, it was missing a roof. So it was missing a roof, and it was missing lots of walls as well. So it was like, it was a ruin. It wasn't like, it wasn't in good condition. Anyway, we arrived there early, so we weren't able to check in till about, 3 or 4 p.m, I think. So we decided to make our way down into the town of Whitby, right into the centre, and that involved walking down some steps. I think there's like 199 steps we had to walk down, which is fine walking down, but walking up them was a bit more of a struggle. Anyway, we got down into the town and we noticed that it was very busy. We'd gone there on, I think it was a bank holiday, so everyone was off. Loads of people were off, and I guess all of the off work and things like that. And I think the children were still off, so it was like summer holidays. So it was very busy, and I guess people from like neighbouring cities had come there. So it wasn't exactly how we were imagining it, because for some reason we'd all had this idea that it was like a sort of quaint, small, quiet town, and it wasn't. It was very busy. The streets were really nice, like lots of small, narrow, traditional-looking streets, like an old town. The buildings were really nice, but the shops were not really nice. Some of them were, but lots of them weren't. So what had happened here is, I think Whitby was one of those places that would have been amazing in the past, and sadly, because it had been so popular, it became a victim of its own success. So that means, because it was so successful, problems happened. So what kind of problems? Well, it's too commercialized. So there are loads and loads of people and loads of shops to cater for those people, to appeal to those people. And the shops that were there, I can only describe them as selling tat. I don't know if tat is an official word in the dictionary. It might be, but to me, it means stuff of low quality that I don't really know why you'd want it. So to give you an example, I remember seeing a figure of a monkey with its middle finger up in that pose, and that was it. And there was another monkey that was riding a motorbike, and it was a figure. And you buy it for someone as a gift, maybe. I don't know who would want it, but sort of like low quality items, and all like really random things, like a tat, just selling tat. And there were loads of these all over the place, which was a shame, because if you'd taken them away, and you changed all the kinds of shops that you got there, and maybe you cleaned the streets a little as well, because it did feel a bit dirty and a bit run down, then it could have been an amazing place to go. So we were both sort of like really pleased with it and disappointed with it at the same time, which is a shame. Like I say, I think it would have been even better years ago, but because it was so popular, that's what sort of made it not so good, unfortunately. But that does happen to lots of places. Like the more popular places, the more commercial it becomes, the more dirty it becomes, because the more people keep going there, and you get all these weird shops popping up that sell all these weird items. sort of like junk items. And I don't know, I'm trying to remember the stores. To be honest, I wasn't paying that much attention to them. I just remember thinking, yeah, what a shame. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now because I think I've got quite a few things to talk about. So this is going to be like a 2-part episode. But yeah, I'm enjoying telling you about it, and I hope you are enjoying listening to it. So until next time, bye-bye.